So let's look at what to do in cases where maybe you have a rubric that you've made for previous terms. In this case, I have a rubric that is made in Word, and I actually want to put that into my Google Classroom. So what I'm going to do, here's actually my syllabus that has the rubric in it on my desktop. What I'm going to do is open up my web browser, and this is my Google Classroom. I'm actually going to put my rubric into Google Drive. I like having everything there so it's easy to find, but you can do this from Word as well. So let's open up Drive. Here it is. I want to add my rubric, and even though it's a Word doc, I can actually just upload it. There it is. Add it to my Drive. I'm going to double click it. And you can see that it opens in Google Docs just fine. So I've got that ready. Now I need to figure out how to add it to my Google Classroom to use it to grade an assignment. So there's actually a template for doing this if you need to basically copy and paste a rubric. And I can find that at untitled.online.com. There's all kinds of teaching resources here, including these videos that you're currently watching. So here, I'm interested in doing something for Google Classroom. I'm going to go to Learn, Google Classroom. And you can see on this page, there's an option to get templates to use in your classroom. I'm going to follow that and pick the rubric template, since I want to actually import my current rubric into a Google Classroom rubric. I'll click this, and you can see that it opens up a Google Sheet. It doesn't have anything in it. It basically has placeholders. What I'm going to do is make a copy of this for me to actually use in my classroom. We'll just call it my rubric. And it's going to be right in my Drive. You can change where it's located, but I'm just going to leave it in my Drive. I can close the template since now I've got my own copy. I can close the site I downloaded from. So now I have my syllabus, which has 3 levels, say, and I have this rubric template, which you notice only has 2 levels. So how to do this? You can actually just copy and paste most things. Here's the first item that I want on my rubric. Paste that in there. Here's the second item that I want on my rubric. Let's paste that. And you can see this pasted a little weirdly onto 3 different lines. I actually want it all in one. If you have this happen, so I'm going to hit Command Z to undo what I've just done. A trick with spreadsheets is to actually paste it in here. You can see the contents of a cell and edit it both here and up at the top. And if you paste it at the top, it makes sure that it all lands in one cell. This has extra returns and stuff, so I'm going to take those out so it's formatted nicely. And now I have my second level. You can see that there's an extra return here. Why is this cell so wide? And this is the kind of thing you want to watch out for with this. I'm just going to delete that extra return. And now we're set up the way we should be. I have a third level on my rubric though. So I'm going to select this and just copy and paste the whole level. So here I've selected all of these rows. I'm going to right click or control click if you're on a laptop, on a Mac laptop without multiple buttons, insert 5 below. Select these, Command C, and Command V to copy and paste. Now I have an extra level. Let's add that last one in. Again, on multiple lines, I don't want that, so I'm going to paste up top. Get rid of all the extra returns. Sometimes this formatting, this like funny formatting with extra returns happens, especially when you're coming from Word documents. But it's fine, you just delete them. And we're good to go. Okay, so we need our levels. This is the first thing. So here we have outstanding, satisfactory, pass with concern, and unsatisfactory. I'm gonna highlight all of these, Command C to copy, and I'm gonna paste them in here. They're in the wrong spot. Okay, so what I wanna do is select these, hover over the edge, and I can just drag them into the right place. Here, if I don't want this points value in my names, I just want the actual name of the level, I'll just delete these. So basically anything that happens with funny formatting, you just fix it and it'll work fine. And you know these are good because this row is a normal width. Usually if you have extra returns or something, you'll see like, oh, the row is wider, it'll look weird. And you can see that this one, for instance, is justified to the left. It's at the left margin of this cell. These ones are center justified. This font is different. Don't worry about any of that yet. We'll fix all of that together at the end. Here, let's put in the actual meaning of the level. I'm going to select all of these at once. Don't even have to do them individually. And I'm just going to paste them in. Again, it's one row too low. So just click on one, hit Shift, click on the other, and it selects the whole block. Hover over the edge, drag it into the spot I want it. And look, something weird here. Why is this one so wide? Here it has merged the cell, again because of the word formatting. So I just go up here to the Merge button, and I choose Unmerge. Now it looks normal again. So we'll do that for the other levels. These are the same on each one, so I can actually just copy them from my sheet itself. And Command V. And Command V. These are different, so let's paste these in. Here are my definitions for this level. Again, one row too low, so hit that one, Shift, grab the right one. This one is wide again. This is something consistent in my Word document. So I'll unmerge it. And then let's grab my last level. So the only tricky thing about this is actually just making sure the formatting is fine, which is not a big deal. So let's grab these. And again, too wide. So we'll unmerge. Now, this formatting looks weird, right? What I'm going to do is click this top left-hand square, which selects the entire sheet. I want to just get rid of all of the formatting. This is something I'm going to upload, and so I want to make it look as simple and pretty as possible for the computer that's going to read it. I'll go up to Format, and instead of adding formatting like you would normally do, I'm actually just going to clear all of the formatting. Now it matches, and it's really easy to see if there are extra returns or something. Like here, this is on 2 lines. I want it only on 1. Same thing with this. This is a little bit of a pain, but it's definitely nicer, for instance, than typing everything in or pasting in each one separately. And a little bit quicker. So just take all these out. And I'll make sure that all of my lines are the right width. That tells me that I don't have any extra returns or anything strange. Now my sheet is ready to go. So my rubric has all of the items in it. I just need to upload it to my Google Classroom. So here, I'll go back to my classroom and create the assignment with this rubric. Create assignment. We'll call it my assignment. Very creative. And it takes a second for the Add Rubric button to light up. I think it has to save it with the title. Then I can hit plus rubric. And instead of creating a rubric, like I've shown how to do in other videos, I'm actually just going to pick Import from Sheets. And you'll see this pulls up my Google Drive. This is why we saved the rubric in our Google Drive. Saved a copy of it earlier. I'm going to pick my rubric, and let's go ahead and add it to the assignment. You'll see, as if I had put in the rubric entirely by hand, my whole rubric is already populated and ready to go. And I can save it. This is now added to this assignment, and I've successfully converted my rubric from a Word doc into my Google Classroom.